Hey guys, it's Chandra Jessie on Motherless Mondays, where I am learning to turn my pain into purpose. Here we talk about my experience being motherless for 20 years. Today I want to talk about anxiety. I saw a video of Mel Robbins on her podcast, and she had a doctor on there by the name of Kennedy Russell. He was a medical doctor and a neuroscientist, and he talked about how to heal anxiety. My experience with anxiety, I honestly didn't know I had it until years after my mom had passed and I was married. I remember laying in bed at night, going to sleep and waking up at like 2, 3 o'clock every morning and literally feeling like I couldn't breathe, overthinking, feeling anxious. And I was like, this has got to stop. So I finally went to a doctor and found out that I had anxiety. They prescribed me with a medication that I discontinued days after taking because it was actually making me worse. I understand that everyone is different and that that medication may possibly work for someone else. At that time, I was still going through the attacks and I literally had to cast all my cares on God. And I was like, look, I need your help. And I began to slowly learn to calm myself down and reassure myself that I was okay. The doctor on the podcast talked about how, we all know that anxiety is anxious thoughts in the mind. He then said that anxiety is an alarm that alerts your body to feel separate. It all starts as a child, which made me realize that's why it's so important to heal the inner child when we become adults. Some of us may have experienced abuse or neglect, and sometimes it was both. But when you are a kid, you never stop loving your parents, but for some reason, you stop loving on yourself and learning how to love on yourself. And all that comes back to the unresolved wounding and trauma that you experienced as a child. So when you're an adult, your mind doesn't know what to do other than be anxious and overthink. Because now all of that has been transferred into your nervous system. So when the anxiety alarm goes off, it causes horrible thoughts again. The thing that really helped me from listening to that doctor when he referred being anxious to blocking love for yourself. He also replaced the word anxiety with alarm and stated that when an alarm strikes, you go straight into overthinking. When all the alarm is trying to do is ask for love and reassurance. So then I got to thinking, well, I thought I was already showing myself reassurance. But then I said I wasn't showing myself love. Because honestly, I just learned how to truly love myself a couple years ago. When you're on a motherless journey, you have to learn how to love yourself. You have to learn how to reassure yourself that you're loved, because you constantly don't have somebody telling you how much they love you. Maybe a spouse or your children, even family members, but it's still not the same as hearing your mother say she loves you. When the alarm strikes and we block it and begin to overthink, we are blocking the love for ourselves, which makes it hard for us to love someone else properly and even receive love back. As I come to a closing in this video, I hope that you can now replace anxiety with the alarm and realize that when that strikes up, it is literally trying to block you from loving yourself and giving yourself reassurance. I really think this is going to help me so much, because it's about finding the root of the problem in order to heal from anxiety. And when you realize that the root is from childhood trauma and how you didn't love yourself as a child and how you grew up into this adult and now you're motherless, and so now you're trying to figure out how to love yourself through this process, you are actually at the root of the problem, and you are able to show yourself love and reassurance whenever that alarm tries to block you. May you be blessed, and I will see you on the next Motherless Monday, where I am learning to turn my pain into purpose.